Hello, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, yeah, so the system's a bit of a mess right now.
Right. This is the big takeaway, obviously, is Bunny Colvin.
Big episode for him, yeah.
Right. I don't understand his plan. It was a really great speech about the brown paper bag. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, with the booze.
About the booze, and he said the problem is there's no brown paper bag for drugs until now. I don't know exactly what he means by that, but it sounds like he's going to work out a way that not dealers necessarily, but drug users can use drugs without as much of a threat of incarceration or police interference. Which, I mean, let's face it, that's kind of what's been happening for the last 20 years, right? When it comes to like marijuana and stuff, right?
Sure. Some
states have legalized it. Yeah. It's still federally illegal, but everyone's just kind of being like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least with marijuana, that's kind of happening.
The thing is,
they're not talking about marijuana. They're talking about heroin and cocaine.
Yeah, crack, yeah. So it's I'm curious to see what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
Obviously the show does follow users. I mean, we got
for sure
Johnny
and
Bubs. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I'm really fascinated to see where this goes, and I'm really curious to see what happens with Marlowe, right? That's the new guy, the new drug dealer.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
I think so.
Marlowe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I said Marlowe. Yeah. Who looks like he's just going to go to war with the Barksdales, kind of by himself.
I mean, interesting, bold choice.
It is.
There's a lot happening this season. Like there is so much happening this season, like way more than the first two.
Mm-hmm.
And the second season covered a lot of ground.
It did, yeah.
But it was still more contained than this is. I like that they're blowing it up. I like that there's much more happening.
Yeah, it's nice because again, this show isn't following a formula. You look at the first two seasons, it's like we have to get the band together to work on this one big case.
Yeah.
And that's not what this season is at all.
It feels completely different.
It's a detail that's just always there with kind of the same people. So we're not like jumping in with like, what's the new case and how do we get the people working on this case?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a continuation of this is all the pieces that are moving, which I do like. I like the fact that they're not following a rigid formula here.
It almost feels like the characters that have been supporting characters in the last two seasons are much more the focus this time around,
Yeah, I feel like Poot and Bodie, who were kind of very much in the background in season 2.
Yeah.
They were around more in season 1, but
For
I feel like they're going to be more significant again moving forward in season 3 here.
I like that.
Again, it's early; we don't really know.
Sure.
This is a show that both seasons kind of surprised us with the direction that it took, and the way it paced everything out. I'm expecting that to be the same this season. All I can predict is you can't really predict it. It's kind of like when we were watching The Good Place. The only thing you know for sure is you don't know what's going to happen.
And I'm stoked about that.
Yeah, I am too, and also kind of curious to see how we do with Cuddy as well, who seems to look like he's trying to get out of the. He doesn't want to be recidivist. He wants to get out of being a criminal.
But it's tough when you're fresh out like that, and it's like
I was going to say I think the idea of this show, it's kind of like when Bubs tried to get off being an addict.
It's exactly
right?
like that.
It's like you can try to get out, but how easy is it really to do? And I think.
He doesn't have many options.
He's a guy who can't get a real job, so he's working on road or landscaping crews.
It also doesn't really seem like he was given much of a choice.
No.
Before he was even out, he was like, "Yeah, we're going to set you up with these guys."
So I do feel like he's going to get roped back in at some point, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get started here, guys. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us, and give a special shout out to all of our super patrons: Actuarial Lurker, Balazs Voldes, Chris, Derek Peterston, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudugunda Varapu, Torgir Linkstad, Ware Panda 47, Trey Contreras, and AB. Thank you so much, guys. Really glad you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched or we're currently watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show on Patreon, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube, but you are going to have to sync and watch along in your own source material. Due to copyright law, you're only going to see and hear us. All right.
I'm nervous. I'll do that with him for a second.
It's probably the other guy that's been getting ridden the whole time, the younger major.
Sure.
That Rawls was all over.
He's just stressed.
Yeah.
The worst they can do is bust you back to lieutenant.
I don't even want to think about the worst these motherfuckers can do.
Ask Jimmy McNulty.
For sure. Yeah. You gonna be on a boat? You like boats?
You had a body drop there last week, and this is what the fuck it looked like yesterday. Bond and Preston, for the record.
He's asking him to do the impossible.
Right.
And the corners stay full.
They move, sir. Every day. They're gonna sell their drugs somewhere.
I mean, he's right.
I see the intel reports, the photos. It all tells me that you lack a fucking clue.
Oh my God.
You now command the Eastern District. Major Taylor, you are relieved. Take the podium.
My God, I would almost be happy at that point. Like, oh, thank you. It's over.
Right? I mean, but also at the same time, these guys should know this. Better.
Right.
Anyone else having trouble with the writing on the wall? Dismissed.
I almost hope it's kind of like they just keep cycling through people. And it's just like,
because it's idiotic. Like, these two guys are sitting here saying, you're not getting it done, so I'm going to replace you. Fine. But what are they doing to make their jobs work better? Exactly.
Nothing.
They're just pointing fingers saying, do better. I've had managers in different jobs in my life like that. And they're useless.
It's I'm glad to know that that's that way everywhere. It's universal. Apparently.
Yeah, it is universal. Hey, do better. How? Shut up. Do better.
Yeah. We're just here to delegate.
Yeah.
But like Rawls and Burrell should know. They've been in this position before.
Right. Well, they survived it, obviously.
They survived it. Now they get to point their finger.
Right.
That's what it is, right? That's so freaking frustrating.
Yeah, it would be impossible.
And it's like each season I keep being like, maybe we'll come around on Rawls.
I don't think so.
Nope, he's still just
he's
an
the
a-hole.
worst. Yeah. He is who he is. He's a political animal.
Yeah.
Girl, you crazy.
Shit, get down. Get down.
This is Omar's Crew, right?
Yeah.
Not sure I like this.
Why would y'all keep hitting up the Barksdale people?
Because
they doubled up everything, yeah.
Because.
Because?
Indeed.
Personal.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
So that's a cop shooter? Yeah, not much to him.
Oh, they beat him. Okay.
Beat the crap out of him, yeah.
He was caught east side, right? Yeah. The wagon made a stop at the Western District for an unscheduled tune-up.
Oh, man.
That's where they beat him.
They don't have a departmental weapon on the street. You know, as a principal. The great white deputy has spoken. This case is not down until that gun comes home.
You'll find
so they'll find a single gun in Baltimore?
Why should those ignorant motherfuckers care about one goddamn semi-auto, more or less?
So it's just impossible task after impossible task.
Yeah.
No doubt. Kept his mouth shut. Waited him out. The way it turned out, they're the ones that fucked up.
Yeah.
Who got hit?
A dog.
Yep.
What kind of dog?
Can't mistake your leg for pussy.
That was rough last week.
Yeah.
You talk on the phone, Strain? So we good then. What we know is they still looking hard at us.
Yeah, they really blew that.
Yeah, they did.
You keep it boring, Strain. You keep it dead fucking boring.
That's really good advice. Just keep it boring.
What's the closest school to here?
Stewart Hill Elementary.
It's at least 8 blocks.
He's got a wild plan, doesn't he?
Apparently.
Even more coming at the year-end retirements.
And this is coming from his honor? To what end?
Keep some money.
Yeah.
You get that much, you can come back to me for a couple of quotes.
All right.
Yeah.
No, indeed. I love my mayor.
Kirketti is smart.
He is.
Ignorance is bliss, Lieutenant. Anyone ever tell you that?
Once, but I beat the dog piss out of the guy with a nightstick.
And now, because we blew a wire over a fucking dog, we have to let them just go about their shit like we were never anything to take seriously in the first place?
Yeah. Is he really just working D'Angelo's death?
I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
it
going
seems
back
like
there.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's where it happened.
Oh, the belt.
Oh, man.
See, this is what I thought at the time, too. Was
just-
like, it's not that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean...
Yep. There you go.
We're good.
Good shit, right?
You tell him you've no idea how it leaked. Trust me, you're covered on this.
You can hear him in the phone.
Yeah.
You want that class, Irv? You gotta trust me.
Oh, here's our move.
Yeah.
Miss my baby. Can you just take that picture with you? Thank you so much. God bless.
It's got to go wrong at some point,
Yeah.
right?
4 years old.
I ain't seen your little
She's
girl.
only
You
4
gonna have
years
to
old.
back up.
Please, just take a look at her. Please, just
I
look
ain't
at
seen
the
your
picture.
daughter. How do?
Okay, this went better than I thought it was going
It did,
to.
yeah. So far.
Right. That's true. It's not done.
Let's go.
Hey, where that, man?
Back there.
Yeah, we've seen him do it.
Yeah.
He'll take your leg off.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's two guys outside, though, so they're going to hit.
Right.
Somebody might get popped here.
That Stringer said to get a lot more guys.
Yeah, look. Oh, man.
Yeah. This is about to go bad.
It seemed that way. The way it was playing out.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. It's like they got in a lot easier than I thought they would. So they're just walking into it, aren't they?
It's going to happen right on the street. Right there.
Go, baby. I got you back.
Oh, I got you, baby. I got you.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Up top,
Oh,
top.
no.
Crap. Yeah, just leave it, I guess. Oh, man.
There's so many guys. Yeah.
This is a crazy shootout.
I hope you're very armed.
Yeah, y'all ready? Let's bang out.
Kind of risky filming
Yeah.
this in Baltimore, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone was going down.
Ooh. There it is. Oh, wow. You're out in the open.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be cops all over there in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Your department leaks like a fucking sieve.
Well, it could be someone over here at the hall.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell the newspapers that the academy class has been delayed for some reason. Lack of recruits, problems in your personnel division.
Oh, no. So Burrell's going to take the bullet anyway.
Yeah.
I was directed to delay that class.
Yeah, you took the hit then, you're taking the hit now. And I thank you for both.
I don't think he's going to be quite so loyal to the mayor anymore.
Nope. Why would you?
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
no.
that's what I'm saying.
He's got no loyalty to you.
No.
And that's just the ones with West Side addresses.
Man, you got to narrow that shit down. Find some way to work with all them peanuts.
Motherfucker, do I look like George Washington Carver?
That's good. That's funny.
Ag assault with a 2x4? I don't think so. Put that with the part twos.
They are. Look at that. They're shifting him.
Uh-huh.
Larceny here. Hump wrote this up as a daytime B&E. Fuck this.
Yeah.
What about Comstat, boss? They'll rip you.
It's $5 to my 30, right?
I like him so much.
Me too.
Major Colvin, I'm under the impression crime is down in the Western. Perhaps you misfigured your felony stats this week.
No, sir.
Oh, my God. That is so dirty.
Right?
Lieutenant Daniels exemplified this new spirit just the other day. And because of that, we got 2 fresh homicides in the black and a lot less bodies on the streets than could have been.
Okay, yeah. So Daniels didn't get in trouble for the dog thing.
Yeah.
You got the real stats and projections somewhere else. Someone's just outside the door with them, right? A stripper, maybe.
Shut up, Rawls.
God. Someone should record this guy and leak it to the paper.
No kidding.
That would be beautiful. That would be creme fucking brulee.
Everyone hates you.
The gods are fucking you. You find a way to fuck them back. It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
He intentionally stepped into what the other guy was doing and took that bullet.
Yeah, he did.
She look like a player?
Bystander.
Right in the middle of it all if she was.
They'll figure that out, hopefully.
Right, somebody grabbed their gun.
Look at those kids playing in the bathroom. That's so dark.
Yeah. At least no kids got caught astray on this one.
That's true. That's so sad. That's the reality.
Oh.
They're playing as Omar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
Knocking down a drug war. Yep, he's gonna do the same thing for me up on Park Heights. I got this Kintel Williamson.
Yeah.
What's your plan for the Southeast?
I don't know, flex squads on the corners, foot patrols in the Perkins homes.
The same stuff over and over again.
What about you, Bunny?
I don't know. Thought I might legalize drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a great shot there with that.
It was.
Yep.
Nobody give a fuck about 40. Nobody remember 40, and y'all is giving me way too many 40-degree days. What the fuck? Now, we gonna cover that bitch's funeral, her fucking wake. We gonna be all over that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You show up, you hit him like a motherfucking...
Like a 40-degree day.
Oh, my God, this guy's dumb.
Look at his face. He's like, clearly, that didn't resonate.
Right. The 40-degree day is a bad thing, man.
Yeah. It is kind of funny that String has to deal with, like, a ton of incompetence. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, he's basically middle management now,
He
too.
is. He is.
And Herb, if you want to do more than just finish out Walker's term, show me something more than just a pass of the buck.
I don't think any of us wants to have to get a real job.
There it
Right?
is.
Yeah.
She's had her time. There are better people out there for the council. She's on the team, Odell. Just like my police commissioner.
Okay, so he's showing some loyalty.
For a second, I thought he was going to fire Burrell.
Second body in a double. Girl in her 20s caught in the middle of a firefight, takes one in the...
They're assuming that she's innocent.
They are.
And you still owe me a departmental issue 9. Find the fucking gun, Bunk.
That's such an impossible task.
It is, man. Like, I feel for Bunk here.
Yeah.
I was at the library.
Bullshit.
I was at the library at MCI Jessup.
D'Angelo Barksdale was not a suicide.
Yep.
McNulty, she is kind of weak.
Cedric is under a lot of pressure to use this unit to get the murder rate down, so for now...
Cedric. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
He caught that.
Yeah, you got to be feeling it, man.
Yeah, had a friend die.
He's lost a lot of people, probably. I mean, like...
Well, he's lost a lot on the
Brandon,
show.
yeah.
Don't tell me I'm the same kind of asshole.
Fuck her up, girlfriend.
Jesus. I'm turning into McNulty.
Yeah,
yes, you
seriously.
are.
Dang. Good for you, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Oh, my God. Kenny kept it tight when he was in
He
prison.
did, yeah. What else are you going to do? Read and work out.
Right.
What the fuck happened? When?
What happened?
You'll let me know, right? Okay, yeah.
Bunk better be okay.
That's what I'm saying. Is it Bunk?
You know Ray Cole?
Thomas said, right?
Okay.
Collapsed in the gym at the Central District this morning.
Oh. Yeah, Ray wasn't a young guy.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Well, that sends a message.
Yeah, sure to you, huh? Come on, we out of here.
You could easily kill somebody doing that.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody
Yeah.
did. Yeah, you get a bat to the face.
Yeah. The human skull is not made to take that.
God. Broken bones all over the place.
Cruising your district, seeing what's up since the towers fell.
We see Barksdale cruise on a few corners, but no one seems to be beefing with them.
That just changed.
It did.
What do your CIs tell you?
Fuck CIs. We don't need no sticking CIs. We tune them up, we beat them down, we lock them up.
God.
Yeah, well, we ain't downtown no more, Kima. We're in the trenches here. You want information, you go get your own CI and you shoot the shit.
So they found the perfect detail for these two, just the idiot squad.
Yeah. Break heads.
The new strategic plan for the district is to move all street-level trafficking to these 3 areas.
Okay, that's it.
If they take their shit down the road, they can go about their business without any interference from us.
Yeah.
How are we gonna look them in the eye? They'll shit all over us. Tell their kids to shit all over us.
Hey, the major wasn't finished.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
in a few small barrels and start emptying your clips in.
Not to mention, you still get to kick the shit out of all the mobs that don't move off our corners.
It's quite a sales pitch.
Off our corner. I love the accents. It's great.
So this your ride? It's nice.
I suppose you got a Lex?
Nah, girl. Got a bus pass. Doing a little landscaping right now, but trying to figure things out.
That's probably the best thing you could say.
I think so.
I'm not in the game.
Trying to picture you mowing a lawn.
Yeah. I don't be wearing this suit.
You look good in it still.
Nice.
Write your number there. He'll call you.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's great. Now I'm worried that it's not going to work out for him.
All right.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Looking at you
What?
hurts.
Oh.
Shouldn't look then.
Yeah, I don't think the romance angle's open for him here.
No.
But, I mean, she can get him a decent job.
She still cares. It's just not like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't look then. That's a good line.
Full blast taking mind off it.
I'd rather my mind on it, boss.
Swear, I'm sick of all this, man.
I actually kind of like Johnny's shirt.
Hey, you mind if I bang out of here early? I ain't right with this cold thing. Gonna be a detective's wake at Kavanaugh's tonight. You gonna come?
He died.
Wow.
Y'all laying him out at the bar, huh?
Tradition. Tomorrow night he goes to the funeral home for family. Tonight, Ray drinks with the boys.
Did the actor pass or something?
I don't know. No, I doubt it, because the body's going to be at the bar.
I guess. Then, yeah. That's a choice.
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, he said not now. I gotta go.
Yeah. We got worked over pretty good.
Club soda in line.
There we go.
I'll never get there that way.
Get where?
Excuse me.
To be continued.
Right, for sure.
I look like shit.
Hey, you got your class. And probably scored points with Royce out of sheer loyalty. Right?
Yeah, that's both true.
Yep. They do have this problem. That's crazy.
That's what they said.
Oh my God!
They said they're going to lay him out at the bar.
Pool table.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be more like Unforgiven with the casket outside.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the actor.
Yeah, he might not be here, the actor.
He wasn't the greatest detective.
He might have died. The actor might have died.
And he wasn't the worst.
We haven't seen him.
Yeah.
He won as much as he lost. Much as any of us.
Oh my God.
Dang.
For Christ's sake, Hugh, play the fucking song already.
Did he piss off a wife for 3? I think the last one actually kind of got used to him, thank God. In Baltimore, working, sharing a dark corner of the American experiment.
He's going through it.
Yeah.
Nice. Old King Cole.
Old King Cole. I'll see you in the next one, right? Also, I don't know if what my eulogy started off with, he had his moments.
He had his moments, right.
But all things considered, I think they did pretty well.
They were great. And you were great, really, Jen.
So he's just waiting for his wife to leave.
Jimmy.
God.
Shit is fucked.
I love he's just bent over like he's waiting any minute now.
Yeah. He checked out of here. But you still owing him a clearance on that Omar thing. Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
On the fucking Stairmaster.
Oh my God. Careful,
walk.
careful.
I think when you're almost to vomit like Jimmy is, you don't take a shot.
Nope. Yeah, he offered him his beer. You know, the real heroes on this show are their livers. That's it.
Seriously.
Oh, they're gonna. Well,
yeah, they're there to see if Omar shows up.
Which I wonder if Omar is gonna clock that. You know what I mean?
There's no way they're gonna go to the funeral. They would know that these guys are gonna be there.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Camera stopped.
Yeah,
across
it
the
did.
street.
Okay, so he's there, just not going in.
He's like Batman.
Yeah. So biding his time always.
Yeah, man. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot in this one. And
Yeah.
there's a lot they're juggling this season, which I'm very impressed by.
Well, it seems like we might be heading for a big drug war between Marlowe and the Barksdales, right?
Yeah.
Like, that escalated a lot in this episode.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, the Barksdales are in two different wars at this point, because I think
Right.
the Omar war is it's going to be happening for a while, I feel like. But it's just Omar, which is the thing. You know?
Right, yeah, he's
we have
kind of
two,
going
two
alone,
crews
probably.
that are going to be fighting.
Yeah, I think Prop Joe, I expected this season to largely be about him, and I don't think it is. I think Prop Joe's going to really take a back seat this season.
I like that he's kind of he's been on the back burner for a minute now.
He's basically
you know?
the supplier. Like, the Greeks are still sending him from wherever they are now.
Sure.
Still sending him the drugs, and he's distributing for everybody else.
Yeah.
Except for Marlowe. Marlowe refused to be in on it. They tried to get him in on it. But
Sure.
yeah, I think that it's going to be really about Marlowe and the Barksdales this season.
Which begs the question. It's like, do you think that down the road, with 2 seasons left after this,
Right.
that Prop Joe will come to the center?
Has to, right? He's such a big part of the show.
I like the idea of him kind of Han Soloing it. You know what I mean? Just kind of being a supporting character throughout the run.
Sure.
But at the same time, I mean, like there's a lot of seasons of this show, so
Right.
you want to kind of cover everything.
Well, they're very aware of him, though. Like, that's who that's who they were on.
Yeah.
I think it'd be weird if for the last 2+ seasons they never go back to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
He got away because they blew the wire on the dog shooting. But I have a hard time believing that they just like, well, I guess we're never ever gonna get after Prop Joe.
Yeah.
They may not get him. He doesn't get on phones. You know, I feel like that's probably realistic, right? With crime lords, that there's a certain level you get to where you're just untouchable, where no one's going to rat you out.
Yeah.
You're not really connected to anything.
It's power, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Fear
like
and power.
if anyone's getting caught and going down at that level, they're below you, right?
For sure.
You hit a certain level where you just aren't going to be touched.
Which eventually, right, it comes
Right.
crashing down for everybody.
Sure. I mean, Pablo Escobar, didn't make it.
Yeah, Pablo Escobar is a big one for sure.
I mean, he's a different cat. He didn't live in the shadows. Pablo
No, he did
Escobar
not. No.
was like, "Hi everybody, I'm your friendly neighborhood drug dealer.
I'm in charge here."
right? Yeah.
But yeah, that's something like I want to see how they handle that. I guess
Right.
with this season though, it's not just about that angle. It feels like we're at the beginning of something, like at
Yeah.
the beginning of like a war, so to speak,
Sure.
and then we have all the political angles happening as well. I want to see. What I really want to focus up on is the bunny storyline.
Yeah, that to me was the most interesting thing happening right now.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely different than anything we've seen on the show before.
Uh-huh.
And I want to kind of see what that looks like. Because it looks like what they're doing is they're taking all of the users and maybe the dealers and saying, you can do it if you're in these places where there are no people or schools or businesses.
Yeah.
If you go to these designated areas, we'll just let you do your thing.
Yeah.
But don't step out of those areas. And I do think that it's an interesting idea. I don't know if how it keeps bodies from happening. In fact, what happens when you have like, I don't know how many areas they were, at least a couple they went to, right?
Yeah.
What happens if you have like dealers from all different crews there?
Like we're seeing.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, how do you keep murders from happening, which is ultimately one of the things you want to stop?
So that's kind of why I want to see more of it, because I'm wondering
Right.
if all that kind of comes to a head, right?
I would have
if these
to,
two
right?
separate storylines kind of merge into the one.
Sure,
into the one.
right.
That's exciting, you know.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit like Game of Thrones too.
A little bit. Yeah, I just don't know how. Like, yeah, you can clean up the areas where they were, you know, because you had the one guy who got fired basically,
Sure.
and he's like, we can't keep them off these corners. They move, we clean off the corner, and they're back an hour later. We can't keep them off the corners. And I think he's right.
You're not physically capable of doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
unless you're just going to stand there with 5 cops on every corner, you're not going to keep them off the corner.
It's not the Gestapo,
Right. So maybe this works like to at least get, you know, corners by schools
For a
or
time.
whatever.
It works for a time, and then
Clean,
yep.
right? But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see where they kind of go with this moving forward.
that could
I
be it,
like him
right?
so much, though.
I do too. Like it keeps the schools safe, and then
Right.
all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it pushes these people into this area.
And businesses and neighborhoods, you know.
I think there's going to be something big that happens probably
Sure,
towards
right.
the end or even halfway
Right.
through the season. But like, yeah, it is one of those things where it's like, what do you do, man? I mean, like, how do you police that?
Right.
It's just impossible.
And you still have the possibility that Avon's going to be getting out of prison here in the near future.
Which I'm wondering if that's going to be next season.
It might be. I don't know the timelines.
At this point, because I figured, in season 2, we were like, okay, he could be getting out in season 3. He's still in jail. We're not really focusing on him, really.
Right. We've barely seen him, but he did say, in less than a year I'll be home. So
sure.
I mean,
maybe,
I don't.
Maybe
I
it
don't
happens
know.
this season. Who
right.
knows?
I don't know if each season kind of takes up a year, whatever.
Oh, I am confident though that we will see him get out of jail.
Sure.
He's still like one of the main cast in the credits.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he is.
But also, with the whole Avon situation too, we have to take into consideration Jimmy's investigation of D'Angelo, right?
I think Jimmy, I didn't think this before this episode, but Jimmy might be the catalyst that really drives a wedge between Avon and Stringer. Because
I think so, man. I really do.
Because if Avon has no inkling, right, what Stringer did, and he doesn't, nobody does. But what happens if Jimmy raising enough of noise that D'Angelo was murdered and he didn't do it himself,
sure,
that it gets everyone else kind of looking at it and kind of puts Stringer in the crosshairs?
He's going to have to get there somehow. Because like at this point, he doesn't really know why. I mean, like there's like no real motive, I guess, yet. He has to find the motive. But like we know as an audience. But at the same time, it's like how does
dramatic
Jimmy
irony.
Yeah, right. How does Jimmy get there, right?
Right.
Because it is very obvious that he didn't do that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my guess is that Jimmy goes to, because he already went to, I can't remember her name, D'Angelo's girlfriend, baby mama.
Yeah, which somebody on Patreon pointed out too, that like when he's trying to press her, he
Right.
picks up the kid.
Right.
Stringer did the same thing.
Sure.
I love that.
Yeah. But it's possible that because she's been, in this episode, she was trying to get a hold of Stringer. Yeah.
She could fold, yeah.
She could fold, or she could be pushing Stringer, and like if Jimmy's making noise, and as a result, she makes noise, and maybe D'Angelo's mom makes noise, and if there's enough noise that happens, it could, and Stringer could make himself look guilty simply by trying to shut all that down.
He could be his own demise. You know what I mean, or
Right.
his own downfall. I mean, like I don't know.
I hope he is. Because
I do too.
Because he killed D'Angelo because of D'Angelo's reaction to Wallace, right?
Yep.
So if that's the case, if that's how it goes, then ultimately Stringer killing Wallace is what would be his own undoing. That would start that. And that would be
That'd be an amazing payoff. Justice for Wallace.
Real strong sense of poetic justice,
It
right?
wouldn't it? Yeah.
If it all kind of comes full circle.
That is playing the long game.
Yeah. It's great writing for the show, but this is a great, well-written show.
But we'll see how we get there.
Right. All right. We'll catch you next one, guys. Thank you.
See ya.